Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Tyler McNabb, and this is my 400EX. So today is it's gonna be a pretty good video in my opinion. So we got some good upgrades going on this thing. So if you watched any of my previous videos, you know I've said some stuff about how I'm not a huge fan of the back shock I've got on this thing. So well, the one of the last races of the year is coming up, and I figured, you know what, I might as well try to upgrade the rear shock while I can. So I ordered it about probably actually only about 3.5-4 weeks ago, and it came really quick. So big shout out to the people I got it from. So, but anyway, got some pretty cool parts sitting over there on the bench. As you can probably tell by that one box, you can probably guess what I got. But anyway, yeah, I think some of these upgrades are going to do the 400 well, and so might as well take a look at them. So the first upgrade actually isn't 400 related, kind of is, but not really. So you know that I think I've told you in the past, I've always just been filming on a GoPro Hero 5. I'm on my phone right now, but I started with a GoPro Hero 5 and just kind of worked with that and filmed my races on it. Well, I came across a really good price on a new GoPro, so I figured I might as well upgrade that as well. So if I can get it out. First thing we got here, first upgrade, oh my gosh, I can't get it out, is the all new GoPro Hero 10. This thing looks really good. As you can see here, this camera is a lot bigger than the old one, but it can also film a lot better videos. So I figured, like I said, might as well go ahead and upgrade it. So I got that. So hopefully I'm filming this about a week and a half before Ironman, and you should see this video beforehand. Hopefully all my Ironman videos will be on the new GoPro. So that's our first upgrade. And the second thing we got here, if you can tell by the box here, is a brand new custom axis rear shock. This thing looks good. So like I said, brand new custom axis rear shock. We got a dual rate springs on the rear, and then this is the dual adjust. So we've got rebound adjustment down here, and then we've got compression adjustment on the external reservoir. So went ahead and bit the bullet and paid for this guy, and it was rather expensive, but if you know anything about the suspension game, custom axis is probably one of the best you can buy right now. Don't get me wrong, I love my Fox floats, and but I've heard really good things about Axis, and you see a lot of people switching to them, so I figured I might as well go ahead and try out their rear shock. So we got that, and then paired with that is we've got a brand new Hess Motorsports XC billet aluminum link. These are originally, this is the same thing as what the old GT Thunder links used to be. As you can see, GT by Hess. But when GT Thunder went out of business, Hess Motorsports bought their stuff, and so they're still making the GT Thunder links, but just under, they're made by Hess Motorsports now. So this is an XC link, so hopefully it'll drop the rear end a little bit compared to what it's actually at right now. So we got that. And then the last thing we got is adding some protection to the 400. So I've got I think it's 1/4 inch poly skid from BCC Skids, and just a black skid plate. And the main difference is I've got a aluminum one on there right now, and it works. But you know, there are, you know, it has some issues like with rattling and stuff every now and then, especially after you clean it off. I put some foam between it and the frame, but those foam pieces fall off like almost every time I take the skid plate off. So I figured, you know, might as well. One of these skid plates is only $70. So I figured, you know, might as well upgrade it while I'm doing some upgrades, and figured, you know, might as well do it. So, yeah, I've heard good things about these. A lot of people I know use them, so there's a couple different brands, some of them more expensive, and so I figured I'd try out this guy here first and see how it goes. So like I said, got a lot of good upgrades going on in this video, so you may prepare. This is probably going to be a longer video, probably just because I'm going to be talking about a lot of stuff, and then depending how long this runs, I may do the test ride that I do eventually for this rear shock, do it kind of all in one video. But first thing to do right now is just go ahead, try to get the old rear shock off, and then get the new link and shock on. So I'm gonna switch over to the brand new GoPro, do some time lapsing, and hopefully we'll get some good quality videos out of that. Also, I forgot to mention, all these beautiful new products are sitting on my new workbench. So I got this built in the kind of past time. So you remember what I said before? Hey, there's my cat. I was working on a Fisher-Price hockey table and an old dining room table. So I figured I wanted to upgrade. So you guys saw I got that new tool cabinet, and then I went ahead and built a new workbench. Got a some overhead storage with a nice $20 LED light from Ace Hardware. And yeah, this thing should do me pretty good, and hopefully it'll, you know, last for a good while and give me some space to work. So let's get to it. Okay guys, so it's the next day, and unfortunately I had some issues last night. Let me flip it around here for you. And so basically, this bolt that goes through the swing arm and through this rear link, well, the back part of the rear link, is seized. It will not move. I have impacted the heck out of it. I have beat on it with a punch, and basically how this is it's got an Allen head inside of that swing arm. And I've had this out of there before, so that's why it's kind of stumping me why it's seized. But and if I remember right, this Allen head is is pretty tight fit into this swing arm. And so my guess is that, and then it just hasn't been removed in probably a couple years or so. Has made it to where this thing is seized up. The link still moves fine. It still moves back and forth, so that's not terrible. But I mean, I don't need to take it out to put the rear shock on, but I just wanted to take it out so I could grease it up and, you know, do proper maintenance on it. But unfortunately, I don't quite have the time to deal with this probably. Ironman is about a week and a half out, but this weekend and then the following week is really busy for me, so I don't have a ton of time to mess with this. So I don't want to risk damaging this link and then having to try to find one. So I'm just gonna leave it like it is. Like I said, the link moves still, so that's good. And then after Ironman, I'll have to figure out how to get this thing out of there. So Anyway, so I'll just go ahead and get that back on. But then now we should be able to go ahead and get the shock and the link on. So I'm gonna switch back over to the GoPro, do some time lapsing, and get these parts on so we can get this quad on the ground and looking good. So let's get to it. Okay guys, so finally got the shock on. It wasn't without some trouble, of course. So anyway, if you look in here, you can kind of see this corner right there is gone. I had to do some trimming. There, yeah, you can see a lot better. I had to do some trimming on this guy because it was contacting the shock whenever I tried to bolt it into the link. So that's kind of the difference, is this one you can see is mounted up here, whereas the old link was mounted a lot further back. So that's just kind of the difference in the links. So anyway, I got that, had to do that on both sides. And then I was playing with the routing of the reservoir cable, because my old one, it just mounted on this tube right here. It mounted there. However, this one is like really long, and so if it was shorter, you know, I could mount it probably back here on this guy, but I don't have a clamp, and plus that tube's really long. So I ended up mounting it all the way up here at the front. Not sure if this is the best place for it, because it's right there in the kind of the front of the quad to where it could possibly get damaged. But at this point, unless someone tells me different, I think that's basically where I can mount it without having a bunch of the reservoir tube hanging loose. So I kind of routed it through there, got it zip tied on the frame, and then I've got it running through here. I've got a couple zip ties, one there and then one up in there to try to keep it from rubbing on the carburetor. So yep, so got that in there. So now all that's really left to do is to get everything back on, get the tires, air box, all that fun stuff back on, and see what it looks like. I know right now there's no preload on these springs. They're all loose, so I'm gonna set it down, and it'll probably be sitting really low, but then yeah, I'll need to, the other one, the old shock had like little holes where I could stick like a little piece of metal in and turn. This, you're supposed to use like a spanner wrench. I know you can use like a screwdriver and a hammer. That's kind of the brutal way of doing it, but that'll work. So, because I don't think I have one of those spanner wrenches. So anyway, we'll go ahead, get this thing back together, and then we can start playing with the settings. So let's get to it. so got her all back together, and as you can, I don't know if the video will do it justice, but the thing is sitting pretty low right now. But like I said, I haven't put any preload in the rear yet, and my front shocks probably aren't at the air pressure they need to be right now. So next piece of the video, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll go ahead and do that. Get the front shocks aired up, get the rear shock preloaded. I'm gonna take a break this evening and go in. I got some stuff I gotta take care of, but we'll pick back up with this video. Probably it'll be tomorrow for me. Hopefully we can get this thing sitting where it needs to be and maybe even take it for a little test ride. So I'll see you guys then. Okay guys, so it's been actually like 3 days. I know I said it was gonna be about a day, but unfortunately this week has been crazy busy for me. Just had a lot with work, and then I was house sitting for some people, and then actually I went down to my grandparents and pick up their camper. They have a camper that we're borrowing for Ironman, so went down and picked that up and brought it up to the house. So that's kind of taken up the last 3 or 4 nights. So yeah, it's about 3 days later. I think I was making the video on Tuesday. It's currently Saturday evening, so been really busy. But anyway, I was able to go ahead and get some preload in this guy and kind of get the ride height set up. It's up on the jack stand right now, but get the ride height set up. I got it just about right where I want it. I can tell a little bit of a difference in it, so I think it's gonna work out. The only thing really left to do is to actually get out and do some test riding. So that's pretty much all that's left to do. I'm probably gonna go ahead and cut this video off here though. It's probably I'm not sure how long it's gonna end up being, but I don't want it to be too long with this and riding. So I'm gonna make a whole nother riding video that when I go out and test ride it. Hopefully I'll go out and test ride it tomorrow. And try to get the settings on this shock dialed in, and then plus in that video I'll probably go ahead and get the skid plate on, because I wasn't able to do that yet. So anyway, yeah, it took longer than I thought with trying to messing with that bolt down on the swing arm that was seized, and just ended up doing that, or just ended up leaving that, and then having to cut the shock mount bracket a little bit so the shock wouldn't hit. But anyway, yeah, I think I'm gonna be happy with it. I played with the settings already a little bit, and I can already tell a big difference from like the low to the high settings on rebound and compression. Whereas like with my old Elka, I could tell a little bit of a difference when I changed the settings, but not much. So hopefully I'll be able to really play with this shock and get it dialed in. So hope you guys are enjoying the content. Yeah, like I said, this is good and done. I'll have another video on test riding it and getting it dialed in. And then after that, you will hopefully be seeing some Ironman GNCC content. Hopefully I'll get a vlog, and then of course my race. So I've got my new GoPro. That'll be my main GoPro that I'll wear. And then I've got my old GoPro still, and I'm thinking I'm gonna put it on a different place. I'm gonna put it somewhere on the quad, just kind of different angle. I thought about putting it maybe on the rear bumper to kind of see behind me, or maybe somewhere up towards the front so I can watch me actually ride or something like that. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of some stuff coming in the future, but hope you guys are enjoying it. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.